Good afternoon, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this video, whatever time it is. Hello! Welcome to Proportional Relationships with Equations. We have spent this whole week talking about just proportional relationships.
Miss Green's here too, by the way.
Yeah, Miss Green is here. She's back. She's alive.
I'm alive.
We're very happy about that because
for-
it'd be sad if she wasn't.
Very zombie-like, but it's okay, I'm here.
So this week we've been talking about proportional relationships. Now, Miss Green, can you remind me, what's a proportional relationship?
Proportional relationship is a relationship between two numbers that will always, when created a graph, will always go through the origin.
And one other thing about a proportional relationship is your XY values are going to be proportions. I know some of you guys remember those, where you've got a proportional relationship, they're going to move by the same thing. Does that make sense? So like if I have 1 over 2 equals 2 over 4, that's a proportional relationship. So they're both multiplied by 2. Just so you know.
So the values are put into a table, and you can make proportions out of every single one of the values, then it's going to be a proportional relationship.
Yes.
However, if it doesn't go through the origin,
It's not a proportional
it's not a
relationship.
proportional relationship.
Yes. So it would have to have 0, 0 in it. Our learning target today is we will represent proportional situations using equations.
Can we write down the equation real quick?
The y equals kx.
just so that
Our
they
equation
remember.
is y equals kx. That is the equation you will use in the form of y equals kx. Form.
Right.
And remember, k is your constant of proportionality, also known as your slope. It's just got 2 names for some reason.
Right.
I think it even has a third, but I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Oy.
Right. So if we have y equals 5x, we're going to graph this situation. One of the easiest ways to find when I'm graphing something is to plug a value in.
Actually, we can probably just sketch a table real quick.
We could sketch a table.
X
That
always
works too.
X always goes first.
So I've got x,
Oh
y.
my gosh, you write so tiny.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's totally legible.
Yes. So if I put in 0 here,
Put in 0 into
so
your
what
X.
is 5 times 0?
0.
0. Oh, it is proportional.
Okay,
And the
awesome.
reason looking at an equation you can know it's proportional if there is no plus or minus something here. If it's just y equals kx, boom, it's proportional.
Correct.
Now let's plug in 1.
1 times 5 is
5. Let's plug in 2.
2 times 5 is 10.
10. And let's do 3.
3 times 5 is
15. So now we're just going to graph this. I can graph 0, 0. Oh, first I've got to start with my scale. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here. I have to make sure that is consistent.
Yeah, make sure that your X, you make sure you're able to fill in all these values into your X-axis here.
Yes, and then on this one, I'm just going to go by 5s. I don't have to have it the same scale as my X, but my X has to be a consistent scale and my Y has to be a consistent scale.
Can I use 1 if I wanted to?
You could use 1, yes.
I could, but I obviously don't have any space on my graph. If my graph was a little bit bigger, a little bit longer, then I could go by 1s. You can go by anything you want as long as you're being consistent. If you go by 1s, you got to go 1, 2, 3. If you go by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8. If you go by 3s, 3, 6, 9. As long as you are being consistent, it is okay, whatever you want to pick. But because we already have it by 5s, might as well
Let's
just go by 5s.
Yeah, go by 5s. It makes it easy for us to do. Now, I'm going to plug in my point. 0, 0. Boom, that's there. 1, 5. Okay. 2, 10.
Now remember, we're sketching this graph.
Yeah.
It's not going to be perfect because, you know,
Because I don't have lines
we don't
in
have
a graph,
lines.
and I'm not perfect at this.
We drew this.
Yeah, we're not, it's going to be that way. And so now, personally, I can't draw them without a straight edge, so I'm going to put my little straight edge in here. I'm going to line up my little dots. They're not perfect, but that's okay. And this is not a straight line either.
It's good enough.
There we go. We've got our proportional relationship in a graph.
And notice how she went all the way through the origin. It's because even if I were to put negative values in here, -1 would give me -5, and -2 would give me -10. So therefore, we do go into the third quadrant.
Yes. Okay, so that's how you graph and create a table from an equation. That was pretty easy, right?
That was super easy.
So let's look at an actual problem. Miss Adams earns $15 per hour for tutoring geometry. Create a graph for the situation and be sure to include the equation. Okay, how should I start that?
Well, if it's $15 per hour, I think that my variable is going to be the per hour.
Okay, so hours is the variable, so X is hours. What's Y?
Y is going to be the amount of money that she makes.
Amount earned. I'm trying to write bigger for you.
I know, I'm impressed.
It gets sloppier though when it gets bigger.
Oh, it looks pretty good to me.
So now we've got hours worked and amount earned. What is K?
15, because that's how much we get paid per hour.
Oh, it's my constant. So
right.
K is $15.
Constant of proportionality, constant. I see a pattern there.
I do too. No, can I create an equation really quick? Because that looks
of course.
super easy.
Well, we have to, yeah, so let's do it.
So what was my form that I had to put it into?
Y equals to KX.
Y equals KX. Do I have K?
Yep,
So Y equals 15X?
yep, and we're done.
Well, it told me to
Easiest.
graph it.
No, I meant the
I'm done with the equation.
Yeah, we're done with the equation.
Okay, cool. So now let's just turn to this page and put Y equals 15X. And we're going to graph this. Should we create a table to graph it?
We can or we can't. I'd like to, just
Okay.
because it's easier to see.
It is easier to see. Sometimes creating those tables make it nice and easy.
And just in case, she keeps doing hers horizontal, which is totally fine, but
You
can also,
can, yeah.
just because of the whole square, I like making sort of like a little T-chart. That's supposed to be an X. And here is my Y. It's totally upside down and crooked. There you go.
Okay, we'll use this one for you.
I'm just showing
Yeah.
them that it's okay. You can either do it this way and go horizontal, or you can go vertical, which is totally fine. I
Yes.
just want you guys to be comfortable with both, because you're going to see them in both ways.
You will. So we'll use the horizontal.
Vertical.
Vertical one. I don't know my horizontal from vertical. We'll use the vertical one first.
I just remember vertical because when I was in high school, they used to measure your vertical when you would jump in volleyball.
Oh.
So that's how I remember vertical. So if you guys get confused with vertical and horizontal, also horizontal, when you
I
look
think
at
of the horizon.
horizon, when you look at
Yes.
the horizon, you're looking at it sideways.
But when
So-
I'm staring at it, not actually thinking, it's
whatever
whatever one that is.
These are just little tips and tricks for our students
Yes.
to help them remember. Okay.
Exactly. No, so let's do X. When X equals 0, what's Y?
0, 15 times 0
Yay!
is 0.
So that means it's a
It's a proportional relationship.
woohoo. How about when X is 1?
15. 1 times 15.
X is 2,
2 times 15, 30.
and X is
3
3.
times 4, 3 times 15 is 45. Sorry.
Yes. What about X is 10?
Ooh, this is 60.
150?
Oh, wait.
Wait, hold on.
Aren't we just counting by 30s? By 15s here?
No, see, what I did is I threw in a random number that wasn't in order. I know we talked about our scale had to be in order. Does our table have to be in order?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. So if I do 10, no, it's not 60 because this jump here was not 1.
That's right. So I literally have to come in here, plug in my 10 in here, and then multiply, which
10
is
times
150.
15 is 150.
Okay,
I had to throw you off.
I know, and I think you're like, you know that I'm sick, and you're just taking advantage of that.
Hey, you're the one who got me sick, so I'm not at 100% right
I
now.
don't believe that for 1 second. But anyway, here we go.
You
0,
all know
0.
it's true. She got me sick. So let's graph this. Let's start with our scale. Let's start with our X values of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now, once again, we did pick 1 just because it goes with our table. But
It
we could have
goes.
picked any scale.
Yeah, and then this one I'm going to go by 15s because it's easy. I like it. It works. And this is 60. And then my graph is going to look something like this because we've got 115, 230, 345, and it's actually 460, Miss Green.
Oh, there we go.
And we're going to see if I can do this.
Perfect. Now, if you notice, that is not on her line, but that's because she's human.
Don't tell anyone.
She is human, and had we done this on an actual calculator or on actual graphed paper, it would have been perfect. However,
Let me show you on a calculator. What would have happened if I were to plug this into my graphing calculator? Miss Green, are we allowed to use a calculator?
I don't know, I guess so. They're taking 8th grade math.
I guess we can. So we can check ourselves on our calculator. Do you see this handy dandy little Y equals button? I'm sure in some of our classes we've talked about this. All I have to do is for Y1, put in 15. This button here that's, you can't see my finger, XT theta N, that's what that stands for. It's your variable button. So 15X and hit graph. And then I'm also going to zoom out a little because it's currently...
It's also on a really bad scale.
Yeah. I'm actually going to fix my window because I want to see a little more. I want to see, let's go up to 50 here and 50 here. No, I did that wrong. I'm sorry. We want this one to be 50, this one to be 10.
No.
Well, you can see it. It goes through the origin. It goes
Zoom
up.
in.
Zoom.
That might be it.
That kind of works.
Kind of, sort of.
We'll figure that out. I'm trying to think. Because our Y or X.
Okay, we'll go ahead and figure this out later. Let's go ahead and end this now. We love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I promise we'll have the whole calculator thing set up. As you can see, that's how I feel.
That's horrible.
That's actually how I feel.
I feel a little better.
We are definitely going to get the whole calculator thing figured out for y'all. But just know that we can do this on the calculator. We just need to get the scale figured out on the
Yes.
calculator.
Scales are always fun on calculators.
Okay, well, you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.
Bye.